Good morning, my homebound friends. Welcome to episode 8 of Career and College Planning with Mr. D. Today we are continuing our discussion of military options as a post-secondary choice. We will discuss how you can enter directly out of high school or enter a college and an ROTC program, or if in college already, how you can join after college for a commission. The two officer options of enlistment will be shared more about tomorrow. In the military, there are basically three categories of rank structures which determine to what level of leadership you can ultimately attain. They are as follows: enlisted rank, warrant officers, and commissioned officers. If you were to join right out of high school, you would join the enlisted rank, and these ranks are in sequence from lowest to highest, beginning with E1 up through E9. Most individuals that join right out of high school enter as an E1, which in essence means you are a new recruit, or in the civilian world, an individual in training or as an apprentice. In the beginning, every year or so, you can be advanced up in rank, up to the rank of E3. But then after that, it becomes competitive in nature and sometimes requires 2 to 4 years more of service to move upward. So in essence, most 20-year career enlistees usually obtain the rank of E7, and only the very best or those who have gone on for additional training or college can move upward from to an E8 and ultimately, after 25 years of service or more, to the rank of E9. The pay, or how much you make, is determined by rank and how many years of service you have at the time of rank advancement. Under the 2019 scale, a new recruit entering as an E1 would have a starting monthly salary of $1,555 for the first 4 months, and then it increases up to $1,681 a month. An E3 with over 3 years of service would earn $2,233 a month, and an E7 with more than 6 years' time in service would make $3,721 a month, which is about $44,650 plus annually. Even though these salaries may seem low, you need to understand that on top of the salary you get free medical care and free on-base housing, or if married and on-base housing is not available or adequate, they pay you what is called COLA, cost of living allowance, expenses on top of your salary. So considering that most people pay a minimum of $1,000 to $1,500 a month for their living expenses, that puts your equivalent outside salary of between $56,000 to $62,000 a year. You need to remember that there aren't any costs for medical being withdrawn from your salary. Plus, you've earned college benefits, and you are earning time towards retirement. So at the end of 20 years, or age 38 or 39, you retire, and you'll make 50% of your salary for the rest of your life. In other words, if you retire at 20 years as an E7, your retirement would be half of $4,610, or $2,305 a month. If you remained up in up to 25 years and advanced to the rank of E8, you'd get half of $5,747, or $34,480 a year as a retirement salary at only 43 years old. If you get to the rank of E9, it could be well over $40,000 a year in retirement. One advantage of military enlistment is you have a guaranteed job. In other words, if the job market collapses in the civilian world, you would still have a paycheck as well as medical benefits and credit towards retirement. The second great advantage are the college funding benefits, which could equal as much as $50,000 plus in and out of pocket savings. And the possibility of one of the best advantages is that you're getting actual on-the-job training and experiencing career areas that you can take with you into the civilian world. So let's say you retire at age 38 with an annual retirement of $27,660, and then you are young enough to begin a new career in the civilian world, where your salary would be more than likely well over $55,000 to $65,000 annually, and that coupled with your retirement provides you with a great quality of life. Even if you only stay in for 4 years, you've earned the post 9/11 GI Bill and benefits, plus VA loan benefits for purchasing a home without anything down. On top of that, you've gained valuable on-the-job experiences that translate well into the civilian world. The other advantage is that you have been paid well to test the waters of a career option without having spent tens of thousands of dollars in college tuition to find out it isn't what you really wanted to do for the rest of your life. In the military, you have the options of almost any career that you could find outside of the military. However, the career options are determined based on your ASVAB scores, which is the Armed Services Vocational Aptitude Battery Test. The higher the score, the more options that become available to you upon enlistment. Let's say you want to go into law enforcement or firefighting. In the civilian world, you can't enter into these careers until the age of 21. But in the military, you can go into these fields right at the age of 18 and gain valuable experience towards these outside of military careers, giving you an advantage as you seek those career options after serving 4 years in the military. There's always a downside to everything, and in the case of the military, if we go into a wartime action, you might have to serve in a combat area or closer to that area. But depending on the branch of service you join, also can determine how close you might end up to the combat zones or areas. Each branch of service has great options as well as unique challenges. The Coast Guard would be the one branch that would guarantee a U.S.-based assignment. The Navy could possibly afford traveling around the world. The Marines and Army would have stateside assignments but also deploy to combat regions as needed, and the Air Force could land you stateside or anywhere around the world where we have air bases. In wrapping up today's information, I've shared with you about the direct enlistment out of high school option and the pay rank structure and advantages, as well as some of the downside. However, I truly feel that the upsides far outweigh the downsides. The military is a great option, but clearly not for everyone. But for those that choose this option, the things you will learn about teamwork, camaraderie, and the feelings you gain of serving our country are priceless. Tomorrow I will touch briefly about the warrant officer options, but we'll spend the majority of the time on the ROTC college option and the post-college option of earning a commission as an officer in the military. I hope you've had a wonderful weekend, and as we come to the end of the month of April, the weather is improving, allowing us the opportunity to get outside into the fresh air a lot more. Most areas in the U.S. are still social distancing, but some have relaxed restrictions on restaurants, movie theaters, and bowling alleys. Just remember to get some exercise, spend quality time with your loved ones, and stay safe and healthy. You aren't alone. Remember, where we go one, we go all. Until the next episode, this is Mr. D signing out.